Hey there, hope you're doing well. I guess the topic here is who this book and my philosophy or concept or theory of love is not meant for. Who is not going to resonate and like what I have to say about love and freedom and what I call evolved love, unconditional love. The people who won't resonate or be receptive to this concept are people who, what do I want to say, that don't love themselves and that they don't feel like sexy or attractive to the opposite sex. Like the people with low self-esteem, I guess is what I'm getting at, who, for their negative, talk or concept of who they are desperate. They don't want to be alone. They don't have options. They can't go out and flirt with members of the opposite or same sex, right? Whatever. They don't feel like they have options. So if they're in a relationship, it's precious to them. They don't want to be alone. They're not going to resonate with this concept. If my concept's going to be successful, to make this kind of relationship work, where you're free to just say, well, hey, let's take this ride. Let's see how far it's how much fun, how well we click together. And should the day come where it's not working for some perfectly valid reason, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. That we can still care about each other. Hope maybe be friends. That would be nice. But if not, we don't have to hate each other or feel like it was a big failure, or you're down in the dumps and depressed and oh my God, you'll never find love again. I mean, that's got to go. If you're ever going to give love fully, you got to go without fear and realize this may not work. They might find someone else. Right? Shocker. And to me, they should be free to do that, to pursue happiness. I don't want someone to commit to stay with me out of pity. I don't need someone. So people that are going to resonate with this book or my philosophy are people who are fine being by themselves, not needy people. I don't want to be needed, and it irritates me. It always has, that you hear it and just, in society or certainly in movies and books or love stories. I need you. I need. Talk about this in the book. Those lines that, I was a loser, I had nothing, and you saved me, and like you're my savior, you saved my life. Well, I mean, that can happen, but you've got to be willing to put work in on yourself and become self-confident, financially successful. Not successful, but just know that you can support yourself financially. And a lot of times, a lot of guys that are controlling want to keep that woman as like their pet. The people I'm talking about. Will cut them off. You can't work. You can't support yourself. And I'm not calling them evil, right? That's just somehow some people are. I don't know. They want to control people. I think the two people in that relationship should both be okay financially. Should that relationship not work, neither one should be dependent on the other to support themselves. If this is going to work, because that's part of it. If you're going to have your freedom, you got to know that you can be on your own, and you'll be okay. And now I'm going to get a little bit random here, just stream of consciousness. Part of I don't know where I'm going to go with this. My life story is, every breakup was kind of, although it was, because the sadness is like it's a rebirth. Chance to start again, and for a chance for me to now focus on myself again, get back in the gym, start working on myself. Now that should be a constant life thing, little life hack right there, a tip. Be focused on advancing your life, getting healthier, more financially, getting smarter, getting more financially secure. I hope you're on that journey, and also, your partner deserves the best of you. I mean, if you really do love that person, whether it's your spouse or your fiance or your significant other, they don't need the drunk version of you who's a hot mess, who can't get their life together. And it's okay to be in that state. You're on your journey, but don't stop there. If you think about them and what they deserve the best of you. And it's great when you have two people who are like-minded like that, to keep pushing themselves and pushing each other. Let's go. Let's keep, what's the next thing and the next task we can That's the mountain we can climb together. Keep getting better. And what else did I want to talk about randomly? Oh, well, sex, right? I mean, I don't know how you feel, but I love it. It's awesome. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm a dog, right? To say no one talks about sex. It's taboo. I don't think it should be. But respect it. I do respect the act. I think it's a sacred thing. Obviously, that's how you got here. Should have be some respect for it. Absolutely. But again, if you want to be a good partner, I think you ought to be physically fit, sexy. Not part of, I'd say most of my enjoyment of sex is pleasing my partner. I'm a giver. And I want to be sexy as to the degree that I can. So I want to be fit and intelligent and all those things. I want to give them a good experience, right? I don't know if this is making sense. I amuse myself sometimes. I'll get it right eventually. Most of these videos right now are just kind of rough draft form while I try and put it into maybe a new book or a course, and just try and share these to hit you. Hopefully these ideas will help you. And I guess let's close out with my definition of what I kind of I want to talk about the book cover and why I use those images, and maybe hopefully it's rather obvious. To me, we've evolved from other organisms, right? At least I believe the science to be compelling. That's how it worked. Not here to debate anybody, but that we do have a primitive part of our psyche, our brains, and it's lust, it's fear, it's anger. I think it's jealousy. Powerful primitive emotions that are there. Let's acknowledge their presence, but acknowledge that they are primitive and they don't represent the best of us. And so, to me, it's clear that falling in love and wanting to have that that sexual part to mate with them and make babies is obviously powerful, but it's not. I think it's one concept of love that I think needs to now expand and evolve to incorporate an unconditional concept that resonates in our higher mind, the neocortex, which is really friendship or the love that a parent has for their child and so forth, unconditional. So although the primitive, in love, romantic feelings are there, and yes, you want to be with that person, there's a concept that supersedes all that, overlies it. That is, that you want them to be happy, ultimately. And no matter how much you want to be with that person, if they don't want to be with you, you have to let them go. So it's an open hand. I don't want to possess you. I don't want to be possessed. We're equal. And I'm just telling you, over my lifetime and all the relationships, I've learned a lot of things, and that was one thing I learned is you never know. We kind of born into a world that preaches to us, you're going to find the right one, your soulmate, you'll know because you'll fall in love and then happily ever after. And it's not usually how it works. Oftentimes, there's a lot of things that can, valid reasons that two people shouldn't be together, and I say it's okay. Any reason that's enough for you to go is valid. There's no bad guy. It's my concept anyway. I don't know. I don't really care if it catches on or not. I just know I have to speak my mind. That's all. I'm compelled to. I hope that helps you, and I'll try and keep the content coming. I wish you well. Have a great day. Bye.